guardianship provisions in your will. You have a will. Guardianship provisions, what are they? Generally and quickly, they're provisions that deal with what happens to your children. Now, some people will say, I don't need guardianship provisions, my children are grown. Now, unfortunately, there's situations where children predecease their parents, and then the parents, somebody's grandparent, ends up raising a child. In situations where you end up with another dependent who isn't necessarily your child, it may not be thought of in advance in your will, and you may want to just have those provisions ready just in case. Now, the provision sets out a person or persons, if you have a couple who are going to look after your children, who will then become the legal guardians of your children. You can't cut out a former spouse if there's a divorce. If they're still alive, they do have rights. However, you want to have these provisions in place just to make sure. Now, guardianship doesn't have to deal with the money. Your trustee would usually deal with the funds, or your executor of your estate, personal representative, would deal with the funds. And if they're different people than your guardian, those funds would be administered and then passed on to the person who is guardian of your children. If you have any questions about these, ask. And wills are very important to have done properly, because without them, it leaves a lot of uncertainty, and you don't want any fighting if you were to pass away to make sure your families look after. That's another Kahane Law Legal Minute. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, like our video, share our video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.